Pandora's box is about to open wide.
There is no easy way out, but we must persevere. Welcome to PB, everybody. Thanks for joining us again today. We were just talking about how we're going to, at some point, write a little EP of songs that Imogen's written over the years. I was just showing Drew a song that she sent me, or a poem that we're going to turn into a song. It's called Gentleman, Soft and Sweet.
No!
Saint of a Creature. It's a beautiful little track, isn't it?
No, it's not.
So, yeah, I think we're going to have to go ham on that one. What I'll do is, as well, I might, I could, record some random video footage here, and then I'll send it all to Bullwinkle in Australia, and I'll get him to make, a music video to it.
Oh, God.
That'd be great.
Oh,
you know?
God.
That'd be so, yeah.
Hell yeah.
But, yeah, so, I won't get the guitar out like I did a minute ago, but everyone, if they just want to hear a sneak peek.
No.
So this is Imogen's song, Gentleman.
No.
Gentleman, soft and sweet, saint of a creature. Gentleman, dun 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 dun.
I was in year 8.
All
Okay.
of her favourite features. Gentleman, dun 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 dun. His caring, selfless acts to please her. Gentleman, dun 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 dun. He holds the door, trying to reach her. Gentleman, reach her. Preacher. Who is that? Ever since she met him, something snapped. It sent shivers down her back. No preacher,
Can
no
we stop
teacher
before the Shakespeare part?
could explain the likes of which it was love that she felt, holding her tight like a belt.
Oh, God.
She'll never have to let go, or wilt she?
No, not the Shakespeare
The thing is, I'm not even sure if that
part.
makes sense.
It doesn't. I just learned Shakespeare.
Yeah, you
and
were
I
like,
wanted
it
to
just
use
sounds
language.
good. Sounds like sophisticated.
I don't know who it's about either.
L-O-V-E. That's how it's spelt. This spells not her name, or does it? What is she without he? What is love? It makes no sense. This is love. Me and my gentleman.
I won't be here next week.
My gentleman and me. Soft, pure, and filled within me.
I didn't even write it about anyone either. I just randomly decided I was doing poetry in English in year 8, and I was like, oh, I can write a poem at home, so I wrote that.
That is so sultry, in
It's horrible. No, it's horrible.
Pupil.
That is amazing.
It was horrible, and I never showed it to my teacher. Thank God. Imagine the embarrassment if I did.
Man, if I was your teacher, I'd have been impressed. I would have laughed, but I still would have been impressed.
God, it was absolutely terrible, and I made multiple of them. That one was just the worst, and I thought it was funniest to send it to you.
Yeah, we definitely got to make an Imogen EP.
Yeah,
With
I wanna hear the
you
other
looking
Oh,
snazzy
God.
on the front, you know?
Oh,
You doing like a little pose.
God.
That'd be great.
I
That'd
have
be great
so
fun.
many as well. Oh, don't
wow.
even.
You're like freaking Kate Bush.
Bars.
No.
You're like a freaking Kate Bush.
No.
Drew, could you? Is there a way of you turning up your volume of your mic a little bit, man? So I think you're a bit quieter at the moment than me and Imogen. We want to bring those levels up so people aren't struggling to hear you. Yeah, that's better. Just a little bit. Give a little bit of your love to me.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit of your love. Just a little bit of your love. Just a
Is that another one of your songs?
Is all I'm asking. No, it's a song by Harry Styles that he gave to Ariana Grande.
Oh, right. Hey, Imogen, do you want to hear a joke? I reckon you might appreciate this one.
Yes.
Where do hamsters come from in the wild?
The ground.
Hamsterdam.
Hey.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you guys hear about, how the Louvre got robbed a couple of weeks ago? Did you hear about that? Yeah, the Louvre in
Yes.
France.
It's like a whole thing on what's it called, TikTok now? Like everyone's doing aesthetics, like Pov, you're the the robber of the Louvre,
really?
and stuff like that. And it's like the song we were staying in Paris, Paris by the Chainsmokers, and then loads of aesthetic pictures, and they're turning it into a whole thing. It's well funny.
I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently a lot of people are sort of taking the mick out of the Louvre security because they were broken into, to turn off all the security, in the building apparently, and apparently the password for the Louvre security system was just Louvre.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be password.
So, but people are being this is a
no.
place where some of the most priceless artifacts in the world are that France have gathered through hundreds and hundreds of years and stuff like that. and literally their like top-notch security was just Louvre. Their password was just Louvre.
Oh my
At least it wasn't
God.
password. That would have been worse. Like, just imagine it's password.
I'm pretty sure that's
Did
true.
they not have like any numbers or anything? Literally just Louvre.
I'm pretty sure it was just Louvre. Yeah, I mean, it might
How
be
did
worth
they get away with
might be
that?
worth fact checking, but yeah, I did hear that was the case. So that's
The
pretty
Oh,
cool.
Mona
God.
Lisa's in the Louvre, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Mona Lisa's in the loo. I thought she was
Louvre.
on the wall.
How dare you not laugh at my Amsterdam
Dad
joke and then you say something like that?
Daddy.
Mine was so
I
funny.
actually
though.
am a 35-year-old dad as well. You're an 18-year-old girl. What's your excuse?
Oh,
Okay.
I'm just naturally born talent.
You're just natural. Yeah, well, after hearing that song, we
Oh,
don't we know it?
No.
Don't we know it? Saint of a creature.
Stop.
Dun, 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 dun. That's like the melody that I hear with it. So that's we've got the melody sorted.
Oh. I'm gonna
That'd be
off
like a real good
myself.
bass line as well.
Got it all, man.
Dum, gu, du, gu, dum, bum, bum, bum. You can just hear it. Bit of like piano lead here and there, a little bit of guitar lead here and there.
Oh my god.
Beautiful, Immo.
No.
I heard something quite funny the other day. You know, like I mean, I'm not very techie, so I don't know how this all works. But apparently, you can like check how long people online have like played games for or something.
Can you?
Yeah.
What type of game?
I don't know, just like computer games.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
you can.
And apparently, recently, a Russian gamer has gone like a little bit viral because it's turned out that he's played Skyrim for 11 years in total.
Ooh.
Bearing in mind that of his life, so Skyrim came out in 2011. So in 14, what was that? Yeah, 14 years, he's played Skyrim for 11 years of that. Like, mate, like that's, I think obviously it's gone viral because people can't believe that like any one human being could like spend that much time
I
playing a
get
computer
bored
game.
after like a couple months of
I wonder what his
playing
character's
something.
like.
I wonder what he's
He
like.
must have powers.
His character must be so OP.
Do you reckon he
Yeah.
stinks?
Mm.
He's got a stink, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know
like
when
a bit like BO and like
you know-
musty cheese and
You
stuff
know
like
that like next level BO where like
Yes,
sometimes you'll
and
be in
it's, like,
public
sour.
and you walk past someone in the supermarket and you're like, oh my god.
It's like sour and it like burns your like nose hairs off and everything. It's like, oh.
It's crazy when that happens, isn't it? Because I always think like, you know, like obviously we all get BO a bit sometimes, you know, like he'll be, maybe like, I'll like finish a gym workout and that and I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely need a good shower or bath now. But like, you know what I mean? But it's not like, unless somebody was literally like sniffing you up close, they probably wouldn't even notice.
Well, if you can
But-
smell yourself, if somebody else can smell you, then you can smell yourself.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's usually how it goes. Is if you,
Yeah,
you just
as a
check.
rule.
Like if you can smell yourself, somebody else can smell you. If somebody else can smell you, then you can smell yourself. So that's not like they
I
don't
feel
know,
so good that I had a
unless
shower
they're
earlier
nose
today.
blind.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody's with you though. At least us two, like together. Like if I stank right now and I couldn't smell it, you'd be there like, ooh, don't do that face. What the hell?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go home and cry. Say
Aw.
Calum bullies me.
No, Imogen,
First the song,
Imogen
next the
smells
smell.
like Hubba
Wee.
Bubba. Like Imogen smells like wee. Imogen smells like Hubba Bubba. Do you remember that chewing gum?
Oh, my dad
Oh,
designed
yeah.
one of the packaging for Hubba Bubba.
Did he actually?
One of them, yeah. He's got like one of the ones he designed in his office.
Oh, I
where
remember
it's,
you
like,
telling me that your dad
unopened.
was like a marketing pro.
Yeah, he like designed the packaging for stuff. He doesn't do it for that anymore. But he did a Hubba Bubba one, and it's like one of the iconic ones.
Who were like the more
Flex.
well-known companies that your old man's created designs for then?
I couldn't tell you. The only one I remember is Hubba Bubba.
Well, let me tell you
The
something.
only one I remember is Hubba Bubba. But
Hubba
he's
Bubba.
but he's in. He went to one called Castabel, which Ronaldo. It's like a fragrance thing, which Ronaldo actually uses in his house. So he's designed stuff that's in Ronaldo's house, which is pretty cool. And then
That's
now
mental.
he's in a different one. He's in the Somerset Toiletry Company.
So high level.
He's done stuff. I think he was doing stuff like Zara McDermott or something like that as well.
I think it's crazy how much the highest level of like marketeers, whatever you want to call them, like actually
Marketing
make. I was here listening
people.
to a podcast with that Rory Sutherland, who's like a really good businessman and like expert on marketing and stuff. I think you've watched a couple of pods with him, haven't you, Drew? He's the one that I said he reminds me almost like of a male version of your mum. You know, because he's like really, he's like very positive, and he's very like, but he's like talks very fast, and he's like, and he's like, you can say it's really funny whenever he's on like Chris Williamson's podcast or trigonometry or anything. It's like they can't get in, they just can't get a word in edgeways. He's just like, do you know what I mean? And then like there's been times where I've listened to Modern Wisdom, Chris Williamson's podcast and Chris Williamson's like, yeah, we're gonna have to wrap it up now, Rory, and then he'll just go on like another 20-minute rant. It's like so.
I hate people
hilarious.
like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Great.
But there's levels, isn't there? There's levels to it.
Yeah.
There's levels. Yeah, he was like saying that he's like been in like meetings before with like, I can't remember what brand it was now, whether it was like Gucci or something, and they were like telling this marketing guy, like what their idea for like their new, like, you know, their new logo. And apparently the guy, and this guy literally like scribbled something down on a napkin and like gave it to them, and they were like, yeah, we love this. And he was like, yeah, that'll be like 5 million or whatever. And they were like, sorry, but you can't expect us to give you like 5 million for like literally you scribbling something on a napkin. And he was like, you're not paying for that. You're paying for like the decades of work that's gone into me being able to do something like that so quickly on a napkin and give it to you that you're so impressed with, and now it's going to make you like, you know, way more money than I'm asking for in return. And I thought, that's so interesting, isn't it? Because, yeah, like your initial reaction is like, you can't charge somebody for like something you've scribbled on a napkin. But yeah, it does kind of make sense, doesn't it? It's like, yeah.
Smart
before,
guy.
Like, people use that in different examples of like for the music and things like that, when you're not getting paid like much for a gig or something, or when people charge like insane prices for like live shows and things like that. And
well, like, oh, you only paid for like
decades,
half an hour or something.
How can I pay? Yeah, how can I pay you that much for playing for like 45 minutes? And it's like, well, all the practice and like, the years of experience that you have as a musician, the way that you entertain and all that stuff. And it's like, yeah, it makes sense. You're not just paying for the actual service; you're paying for everything that's built up to that moment.
Can you turn yourself up just a little bit more again, Drew? For some reason, it seemed
a little bit more. Yeah,
it seemed like you were like loud enough, and then I don't know if it's just like my ears have adjusted.
He's like a silent whisper in the background. It's kind of like
you just gone a bit
poetic.
I don't know if like my ears just adjusted or if it just went quieter again for some reason.
I think we just shout everything.
Did go down a bit.
I wonder how that happened then.
I don't know why.
Me and Calum just like to shout.
Imagine people just like having to like turn the volume up when Drew talks, and then when we come back in, they're like, "Oh my god!"
It's like when I was doing the songs the other day, and it was just really loud, and I told you I don't know how to turn it down. It's just really loud. And I was like,
they'd be like that,
deafened for a second.
They've gone super quiet. Drew. There you go. That's better.
There we go. I have this auto level thing on, so I'm going to turn that off.
Yeah, turn it. We're all about that manual life, yo. We don't need your automatic ass.
Man.
We don't know your automatic ass.
Manual.
Oh.
Because you're men.
You are just such a comedian, aren't you, Immo? You're such a comedian.
Like, don't even
mess
Have
with
you guys been watching I'm a Celebrity or not?
No, because I do not watch things like that.
Boo. Well, if you have, there's actually a thing going around. There's somebody in the jungle called Tom. He was like a celebs go dating star. And he talks with like a really, really posh accent.
Hello, I'm Thomas.
Really like this. And he's like, oh, how peculiar and stuff like that. And then suddenly he's done like some really good like normal like Manchester accent and stuff like that.
Mancunian.
And whatever, yeah, that.
What did you say a minute ago?
Manny accent.
Manny accent.
And now everyone's confused about which one's his actual accent. And I have no idea which one's his true accent. Because he's always talking really posh,
that's what
but then he
people
did that
probably
so
like
well.
when they listen to me on the radio.
Oh yeah,
because I have like a different voice for like every show, don't I? They're probably like, which one's even his real one?
It's just a bit of everyone.
This is the only one where I just talk normally. People. Well, like, you know,
and my show
normal
sometimes,
voice,
unless you're Eric Cartman.
Yeah, I literally have done like a show where like just in character as Cartman for.
That was my favourite.
Yeah,
that was my favourite. It was so funny.
Yeah, that was quite fun to do. Yeah.
I wonder if people like, you know, because most people just have their natural accent. I wonder if people have actually created their accent and like, I'm going to talk in this way and just talk like it forever.
I think that some actors do and stuff.
That would be so fun.
Like, try and do it until you.
I might do that.
You just do it naturally.
I'm not very good at accents though, so I just sound like a plonker.
Some people have done that.
I definitely think some people have done. I think that people that work in like the public sector sometimes, you know, say they have to be understood by say American, Canadian, Australian, and British audiences. If you have like a super strong, say like Geordie or Liverpudlian accent or something.
Liverpudlian?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Oh, I've got a Liverpudlian accent.
Yeah, but it's not posh at all, is it?
I know it's not posh, but it just sounds like you should say
Liverpudlian. Yeah, Liverpudlian, that's what we call it, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just thought it was just a Liverpool accent.
A Liverpool accent.
That's
I mean, you could call it that, I guess.
Liverpudlian's quite cool, though.
Liverpudlian accent, yeah.
I like that.
But I guess, like, because a lot of people in America just flat out won't understand it, so I think they probably go to, like, vocal coaches and then try and just speak more neutral, you know?
True.
So I was thinking it the other day, like, because I think my voice can go a bit like this sometimes, like a bit like
Well, a bit helium-y.
more nasally. A bit nasally.
It's just like he's got
right,
no emotion, just a little bit lazy.
Talk with my
I like
low
that.
voice.
You want to speak with some soul.
Can you talk like that again? I quite like it. It's fun.
You want to speak with some soul. I think that
This is so
it's
fun.
a weird thought you have, and I was walking the dog, and I was talking. I was like, "Oh, this is much better." I wonder if I could just train myself to just talk like this all the time, just with a little bit more low. And
It's like the year 8s at school. They all talk like this, thinking they're well hard.
Do they?
Yeah, they all talk like they're there with like squeaky voices, and they're always talking like this. They're like, "Oh, stop it! What are you doing?" But it's like, I know you've got a squeaky voice. Why are you talking?
It's just
like
like
that?
general Mong voice. Yeah, I think that wrestlers do it. I've noticed that like if you listen to like Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Stone Cold talk, they deliberately talk like as rusky as possible because it sort of sounds quite like manly and like cowboyish, you know. And I'm sure like I've listened. Do you know what I mean? Like. And the thing is, I think by this point, I think they pretty much do naturally talk like it. But you can't tell me that they spoke like that when they were like 20. Do you know what I mean? I think they initially spoke like that deliberately for wrestling, for their wrestling persona. But then they've just put in so many hours like it. It's almost like that's just become their.
Isn't it like Millie Bobby Brown? She's obviously British, but she obviously in a lot of the things like Stranger Things and that, she does like an American accent and stuff. And her accent now is kind of like a hybrid between like a British accent and an American accent. It's like almost in between.
Do you know there's actually a word for that? It's called the transatlantic accent.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's called the transatlantic accent. People, it's usually Americans that are very well spoken.
A bit more English.
Yeah, that tend to have. But yeah, I mean, I guess it can go both ways. But so if you ever listen to speeches by President Roosevelt, who was the president of the United States during the Second World War, he had what you'd call a transatlantic accent, where it's like almost like sometimes you could almost think that he was British.
Yeah.
Because he's just very well spoken. There is, and also a lot of people talk about like do they call it the golden era of Hollywood? I can't remember what the golden era of Hollywood is. But basically, there's always like that, almost like that classic black and white era of Hollywood. And it was almost like all around the time of like Marilyn Monroe and like Cary Grant. And there was like quite a lot of like, was it Marlon Brando? And there was all those massive, there's all those like massive actors and actresses of that day. And it's almost considered like a very glamorous era. They deliberately almost, even the ones that didn't naturally have it, cultivated what you would call a transatlantic accent just for what we said a minute ago, basically, so that all audiences would be able to understand it. And they also, I think there was a feeling at the time, it's not so much nowadays, but I feel like at the time, Americans, they felt like they'd be taken more seriously if they spoke with almost like a little bit of like a British twinge, you know? Whereas I think nowadays it's not so much. Do you know what I mean?
They see it quite as a posh accent, don't they? Like the English accent's quite like a posh one. Yeah. And then like the Americans one, more slang.
I think like the American psychological attitude towards the UK in general is quite interesting because on the one hand, they're super proud of their independence and they are quite, do you know what I mean? They're super proud of their independence and they're very proud of the fact that they're not part of like the Commonwealth in the UK and stuff like that. But at the same time, I think they do kind of love us and like hero worship us at the same time. So it's like a weird mix, you know. It's almost like we're their parents and they're like the estranged son. It's almost like if Australia, Canada, New Zealand and America were our children, it's like the other three stayed in the family group. America went a bit rebellious and went wayward, but deep down, they still love their parents. And so it's like
such a weird way to say it.
The parents as well. Yeah, like they're trying to get bigger and better than the parents ever were.
Yeah, exactly. And to be fair, I mean, I guess it depends like what metric you're measuring that by. But you could certainly at this stage in time, obviously they're way bigger and more powerful than us, like by pretty much any metric, I would say, wouldn't you? But I guess like historically speaking, we probably still have the edge a little bit, just purely because when the British Empire was at its peak, man, it was like pretty hard to admit. That was peak civilization.
It was peak.
That was pretty hard to like.
He knows he was there.
Yeah, it was pretty hard to compete. Pretty hard to compete with the British Empire at its peak. There,
like Thor.
Just like it's hard to compete with Thor at his peak. It was hard to compete with. I love that. I love just how like simple but beautiful that analogy is.
Thor.
Just like Thor at his peak. I mean, have you seen Thor Ragnarok?
Oh yes, I have.
I mean, he was like gonna, he could beat anyone. Beat Hela. he was going to beat the Hulk right up until that moment where like he got distracted or whatever. You know, he could just beat anyone. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, just smash anybody into pieces with Mjolnir.
Have you seen that? Isn't it like the newest like Thor film? And like, yeah, there's just like a really good scene in it.
What?
Sorry.
What the
Remember he goes like, "Ah," and he's like, oh, wrong. Have I gone to the wrong one? What's going on?
No, you're on the right one. What
And
the
like
the one with Christian Bale? The Thor movie with Christian Bale.
Can't remember what it's called, to be fair.
What's that one
I also
called?
remembered halfway through that
There's
my
Love and
boyfriend listens to
Thunder.
this and will definitely say to me, "What's wrong with that, huh?
I think-
What's the scene?"
No, I
So
think it's Love and Thunder.
I think it is.
Because Ragnarok
And
is
he's
the
like-
one. Yeah, well, I was just about.
And then he's like, topless. Stuff like that.
Did you like that bit, Imogen?
No.
You didn't like that bit? Yeah. You're so funny.
Never. My mum liked it, not me.
I took
I would never.
I took my missus and her younger sister to the cinema to watch Thor Ragnarok, and they were both just like making like weird noises next to me during certain scenes.
And I know exactly why.
They were making literally like every now and again I'd be like watching the movie thinking, oh, this is good, and every now and again
Like
next to me,
Elvis syndrome.
yeah, every now and again next to me I'd hear like, and I'd be like,
It's because it's like when you see like a delicious
a delicious
thing, you're a bit like,
You see a delicious man on
Every time you see a
screen
delicious-
me when
got
I was
a delicious muscle.
Me when I was watching Regretting You and Mason Thames kept coming up.
I have no idea who Mason Thames is.
But that's because he's 18 years old.
To be fair, I think you know, obviously me and Drew know what it's like because like whenever you're say watching like Lagatha in Vikings or like ScarJo in anything or like
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas.
that's exclusive. That's exclusive to Drew. I don't share that one.
My
But-
mum gets told shit that's like Pocahontas.
Yeah. I think both. I think like
Mum's number?
hook a man up.
Oh my
Hook a
god.
man up. Immo, hook a man
Oh
up.
my god. My mum doesn't anymore. She's like 50.
Is she looking for what's it called? A boy toy. That's it.
Boy toy.
She can be a sugar
She
mama.
can be a cougar. Rawr.
She can be a sugar mama. Yeah. Drew's looking to be a cat man. He can just like make
Oh,
guitars all day.
That's funny. She'll love that.
Yeah.
I'm telling her that later.
Yeah,
That'll
yeah.
make her day.
The fact that you look like Pocahontas is paid off, man. Yeah, it's paid off after all these years.
I don't think she does, but
Yeah.
everyone else seems to.
I think that's why like the Marvel movies are quite you know, they're quite diplomatic, aren't they, for both genders, because there's like plenty of eye candy for both.
Oh yeah, and like all the like women like they're
Man,
in like
like-
really tight stuff with like their zips like halfway down, and it's all like.
Elizabeth
Why
Olsen.
haven't I
Like-
seen these movies?
Why
Yeah,
aren't
have
you
you not?
watching Marvel? Like, come on, I'm
No, I
loving
haven't
it.
watched like Ragnarok or
To be
anything.
fair, the
Oh,
women,
mate, Ragnarok is so
the women
It's
look
a
hot
bit
in it
CGI
too.
to me, like when I've like watched some.
I do know what you
some
mean.
Marvel ones, like almost. I think it was. I
You
saw,
gotta
like,
watch the new ones.
that Doctor Strange one, and it was really good. But because it was like real trippy in that.
But
as
it's
well,
almost
but
like a
I was
computer game.
Whoa, it was so much that I'm like, you know, I like more like the cinematography
Yeah.
and just like more about where it's the
Gladiator,
storyline.
the original Star
Yeah,
Wars
you know,
films,
epic
like
and
yeah,
all that
Lord of the Rings.
Nosferatu, like
Yep, Nosferatu.
Just
yeah.
watch like the Iron
Yeah.
Man ones, and it's got like loads of hot women in it.
yeah, I've seen that years ago.
Yeah,
the Iron Man
Elizabeth
ones.
Olsen is who plays Scarlet Witch. So I know that you saw
Oh, yeah.
Multiverse of Mad. No, was it Multiverse of Mad? Yeah, you know the one that you're on about, basically the one where like her and Doctor Strange.
She went
like,
from Wanda to Scarlet Witch, didn't
And
she?
there was this monster that was trying to come through to the dimension.
That's
or
it.
something.
That's
I
it.
remember that,
So
yeah.
Elizabeth Olsen is
That
who
was
plays
cool.
Scarlet Witch, but I think both her and obviously ScarJo were like just such beautiful women.
Mhm.
But, like, when
I
they're
can
on-
agree with you there.
When they're on screen, it's hard not as a man just to be sort of like a bit like,
It's hard not to look away.
oh yeah, you know.
Even I'm like that as a woman, so
Yeah, fair play.
yeah. And I have no interest in women, but I can
Hmm.
appreciate a woman's beauty.
Well, yeah. Do you know what I mean? But it's like good because it's like all the women can like masticate over, you know, Chris Hemsworth.
That's such a weird way to say.
I know it is, isn't it? Because mastication
masticate.
is like the sound that your mouth makes when you're eating. But just the idea that like Chris Hemsworth comes on the screen and the women are like,
Yum. No, you gotta wait for Tom Holland to come on the screen.
probably for people your age. I don't
Yeah,
think, I
he's
don't
more
think,
my age range.
I don't think
but
people my age would say much thing.
To be fair,
Let's have a look at this Tom Holland. Then.
He's like the young lad that plays
he's
Spider-Man.
also got that thing with like the accent that You know when I said about Millie Bobby Brown? She does so many.
Oh yeah.
He's got a little bit of that, and obviously he's with Zendaya.
Oh, you were telling us about how he's like a ballet man as well.
Oh yeah, he does ballet as well. Yeah,
he's a dainty little
came
ballet
from
lad.
ballet. Yeah, he's with Zendaya. Obviously, he spends a lot of time in America and does a lot of shows where he has to be an American accent. So he's sometimes in some interviews you can like hear like a bit of like a hybrid between.
Well, funnily enough, actually, I was having a laugh the other day with Bullwinkle. I was chatting to him like just over. We sent each other like voice notes.
What is he
stuff.
starting to sound a bit like this?
No joke, man. He's like, I was like, it's like, you know, the thing that makes an Aussie accent an accent, or at least one of the things, is like, you know, they basically go up at the end of every sentence. So like, yeah. So then I went and did this, and then I went and did that. And he had a great daytime at this, and I went and had barbecue, and he started talking like that, and mate, I was like listening to his voice message, and it's funny because I talk to him like several times a week, like every week, but it was like just that first time I heard him like it, and it was almost like he went over a certain threshold.
I feel like British people go like down when they finish instead of up, so like
or like pretty neutral.
Or it's like either neutral or like more down, so like.
We only go up if we're asking a question like, oh man, what are you doing this weekend?
Or if you're trying to act nice, like show that you're like not.
Hello?
Yeah, it's like.
I really like you.
Not quite that much.
That just makes you sound mental, doesn't it?
I am a bit mental.
That's right, we're all a bit mental. That's why you fit in, Imogen. If you were too normal, you probably wouldn't be a fit around here, would you?
Oh, thank you. That's so cute.
That's all right. Well, you know, that's a common word.
He can be sentimental. He has got a heart.
Well, Alice, we both have autism, don't we? It's good to know.
What's the?
Well, Alice, it seems we both have autism, don't we? That's good
his favourite quote. What about the? Ben, another packet of discos.
What's that one?
From the Fat Families.
Oh yeah.
Get me a packet of discos, and it's just like Ben.
Oh yeah, that's quite good.
You like that one as well?
Do you guys remember? Like, do you remember that, Drew? And it's so funny because I think in this day and age, because we live in such like a crazy censored woke world nowadays, and I think you get used to things quite quickly. You forget that even like 20 years ago, what was like normal on British television. Do you remember there was a program called Fat Families? Does that ring a bell to you at all? Mate, you should go on YouTube. Everyone listening, right? When you get a chance, go on YouTube and type in Fat Families clips. And it was this program that was on the Great Britain television, Great Britain's like TV show, like 20 years ago. And it was this guy, and he'd just go around.
Didn't he like open the door and go like, "Hello, fatty"?
Oh my god, it was so funny.
to a child, might I add?
So
to
funny.
a child.
Yeah.
He's like 6 and he opens the door and goes, "Hello, fatty."
Like, in a way, I think the world's like a very serious place nowadays, isn't it? Like, you know, it's like any time that anybody is even like remotely considered saying anything that could be even potentially offensive,
jump on it.
There'll be all these articles about it, and people will be trying to cancel them, and people will be like trying to get them blocked on social media and everything. And then you get like watch something like that, and it's just like so funny.
I feel like everyone finds it funny though, apart from like some
buzzkills.
It sounds like this is going to sound really bad. This might sound really bad, but I feel like, for example, with that show about, it's called Fat Families. It's just going to like bigger households, and I feel like everyone finds that, most people find it funny, apart from a lot of people that are offended that I've realised through like just association by what I've seen. Not 100%, but a lot of it is like bigger people are the ones that get offended.
Oh yeah, of course they do, yeah.
But I feel like that's a lot with like most things. Like you could do anything, and it's usually the person that it's probably because it's like making fun of them, but it's not. It's just...
Yeah, and the thing is, I think
you know what I mean.
They can take that it's making fun of them, but but even though the program was definitely hilarious because of how blunt the guy was. So yeah, the guy would go around, he'd find fat families, and then basically, and like even though he was very brutal with them, the point of the show was positive because what he was trying to do was make them
less fat.
Yes,
make them realise what they're doing.
They say, don't they? Whenever anybody has an issue, the first thing that you have to do, almost like the most crucial thing you have to do, is actually acknowledge that there's a problem. Once you've acknowledged there's a problem,
he didn't do it in quite the right way.
You can start doing something about it. Well, yeah, but that's debatable, isn't it? You know,
that's debatable. He was just a little bit mean. It's more to like that 6-year-old where he just opened the door and went, "Hello, fatty." Yeah. That's the first thing he said to that child is, "Hello, fatty."
Yeah, but I mean, you know, we all remember what it's like to be.
To be fair, it did look quite staged as well, so it might not have been the first thing.
I was a fat kid. I got called fat loads when I was a kid. I'm not like scarred by it. I'm like, do you know what? When I think back, I just think, yeah, I was fat.
I suppose it depends who it comes from at the time. But looking back, it's not as bad. But like at the time, I used to always get called fat by my brother. But
you weren't actually. It was more. You were just like a little chubster.
Oh yeah, I just had a lot of like puppy fat. But
yeah, you weren't even like chubby. You were just like just like a little cute little girl.
If a stranger walked up to me and went, "Hello, fatty," I'd probably be a bit like, "Oh," but. I probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
I suppose you wouldn't deep it too much. It depends how many times.
That
he says
probably
it
happened
you.
to me at some point when I was a kid, and I probably just told. I probably was just
Walked
like.
up to you and went, "Hello, fatty."
I probably just mugged them off back. Do you know what I mean? I was probably just
Yeah.
I just probably. You probably like
I'm fat. You're fat.
It's a bit like our old mate, like Luke Palmer. Shout out Luke Palmer. Love that guy. It's like because he was always super short, right? And I was like very tall, but I was fat.
Yeah.
Right? So we were almost like the opposite physically. So I would always be taking the mick out of him for being super short.
Yeah.
And he would always be taking the mick out of me for being fat. So it's almost like it was like a back and forth thing. It was not like there was like the aggressor and the victim. Do you know what I mean? It was like it's like and also I always knew with Luke as well that all you had to do was say anything about his mum and he would get triggered to hell. Which I think like as a human being, I think you should be sort of like understand almost like not to bite to certain things, because if you bite then you're going to get it worse. And Joe Wynn's another good example about that. Shout out Joe Wynn as well, another one of our really good friends. Loved Luke and Joe, but they were never good at almost like, do you know what I mean? So like with Joe, was really bad at taking pranks, the worst to take pranks, and as a result he got pranked the hardest, but it was like he couldn't put two and two together. So it's like, look, anybody can prank me, but it's probably not going to be that much of a fun reaction, because like, yeah, or there'll be the initial like, oh, but then I'll laugh with you, and then also then you will have the anxiety knowing that I will really enjoy pranking you back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, true.
Whereas like Joe would just almost get like really funny about it and really mushy, and then as a result people would think that was hilarious.
I suppose you got to try not to take stuff to heart so much.
Yeah, and
but that's the problem with like today. A lot of people just take everything seriously.
Well, yeah, I know, but it's just silly, and it's like, and like with Luke, you know, so like, you know, if he'd call me like Fatso or something, or like, I remember, I remember once me and Josh and Luke were on the field. I think we were like in year 6, and then it doesn't sound that funny out of context, but I think the way the delivery that he did it, I remember like everyone was just wetting themselves at the time. I can't remember. He said something like the only. We were talking about exercise or something, and Luke said the only exercise Calum ever does is to pick up a freaking donut off the floor that he's just dropped. Like,
that's funny.
It was like, you know, when like everyone's laughing and you're just like in your head, you're like,
screw you.
You're like, fair play, that was funny. That was funny. But like at the same time,
you try not to laugh because you don't want them to seem like they've won, but then really you're there like, oh, it's actually
but
good.
It was good because I always had you always had the nuke in your back pocket, because with Luke, I knew that all you ever had to do was just go, your mum, to him, and he would be like, what? But what did you say about my mum? What did you say? And then he'd like start like swinging at you and that, and we would just be like wetting ourselves laughing.
Like, oh
and
my
stuff.
god,
and he'd be like foaming at the teeth, like freaking like a sort of rabid dog or something. But like all you'd have to do is just go.
I remember that in school.
Love your mum. And then he just like instantly, it was like boom.
Even if it was
rinse.
like you go like your mum, and then you go like is so pretty, he'd still be like really mad. Or was it like?
I mean, probably.
Oh, what? Because you're hitting his mum?
But obviously, like, you know, what he should have done is like, you know, because I think, you know, I'm sure he tried it on me. You know, if you try,
he tried it on you.
Tried it on me. Mate. You know, like if somebody says something about your mum, just could be like, yeah, and then people are like, oh, that's not a very fun reaction.
Yeah.
So they're just not going to say anything about your mum again.
Yeah, you just got to pretend like you don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I can't remember my example I was going to do, to be fair. I was going to give you an example of something else, but I can't remember.
And then you went brain dead.
Yeah.
Sorry, we've all been there.
Done with that one.
We've all been there. But yeah, getting back to the whole fat families thing, I think that like even it's like, I think that we should bring back shows like that, because
great.
They're hilarious.
It's like Take Me Out. Take Me Out was great as well.
What's Take Me Out?
The single man, reveal yourself. No latte, no
latte. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and then sometimes women would be like brutal about the guy in that.
And everyone just go, and all the lights turned off.
Yeah, because I think.
Oh yeah.
I think ultimately, you know, we should call a spade, and I think that, you know, talking from someone, as I said, who was like a fat kid, you know, and I said I look back and I was like, yeah, I was fat. Like Josh shared a picture of me and Drew and him last week from our school book. And oh man, like yeah, you just see how much of like a little fat kid I was in year 7 and that. And
it's probably
like,
just chubby, not fat.
And I said to Drew as well, you know, like in Drew's year 7 picture, he like proper looks like a little girl. you know. And it's like, and like, you know, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but Josh just pretty much looks the same as he does now. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, you know, it's none of them are like bad or good. They're just true, innit? You know, and it's almost like funny because you look back on them and you're like, cool, man, that's like crazy. Like, because you didn't necessarily realize at the time necessarily. Do you know what I mean? But like hindsight's always 20/20. But I think it's good to like live in reality. And I think with those sort of shows like Fat Families, I think ultimately, I think it would have done more good than harm, because I think that nowadays we live in quite like an enablest society.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's almost like trying to enable everyone. It's like, no, there's nothing wrong with you, even if there's something blatantly wrong with you.
Because you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings or get like cancelled or anything. The problem is cancel culture.
Yeah. That's it. It's the cancel culture thing. But at the same time, right? If you encourage somebody to lose some weight, and then they get like fitter as a result, they could live an extra 10 years. Like,
literally.
Yeah,
like saving their life.
Yeah, that's it.
It might have, bless you. It might have hurt him in a little bit, but
like those shows can't be shown anymore on like the BBC and stuff.
I've heard that they've been under fire. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Little Britain and like Come Fly With Me.
Because wasn't one of the Little Britain segments they were like speaking in a Chinese accent or something? Or
that's Come Fly With Me. They dressed up as like Asian girls and were like going after Martin Clune and singing Martin Clune, Martin Clune.
I just think the idea that somebody would get outraged about that, I just think it's just. But
they also very heavily blackfaced for one of the. I don't know why people don't talk about that part of it. The more outrageous part is they blackface. They pretended to be a black coffee shop owner called Precious, and they'd be like, "I got no coffee," and like stuff like that. And that was probably the more outrageous part I found about the show. Like,
around like the same time as that though, like Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder, he full on blackface, didn't he?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that movie? And that is a hilarious movie, man. That's so funny. It's got such a good cast as well, isn't it? I think it's like Ben Stiller, Jack Black, Robert Downey Jr. And it's such a freaking funny movie. But Robert Downey Jr. has like blackface in it. But I think it's like one of those things where like, I've known all types of people in my life. You know, my missus before my wife now, she was like half caste, came from, her dad's side of the family were like all black.
Yeah.
You know, I used to go out with them all the time. Guarantee you, all those guys would have thought it was funny.
Yeah.
You know, I've had like other black friends in my life. I think
if you're not meaning it in an offensive way, people find it funny.
Yeah, I got like British Pakistani friend who's obviously like brown skin. I got my old mate that was like a British Chinese guy. So yeah, it was like looked like a Chinese guy. Like I can guarantee you,
was a Chinese guy, so he looked like a Chinese.
No, I said he was a British Chinese guy. But obviously, like I know. Don't get me wrong. I know that does sound like a funny description, but obviously what I'm getting across is that like, so he's British, so he's British guy.
Yeah.
But because obviously his parents Chinese, he looks like a Chinese guy.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to get across. Because obviously there's a distinction there between being like a Chinese person that's living in England and a British person that looks Chinese. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
So I was just making that distinction. But yeah, none of those people I think would ever actually get offended by anything like that. I think it's actually a lot of the time. And I actually think it's quite interesting psychologically, isn't it? A lot of the time, I think it's like weird white people that get up in arms.
No, I agree with you there.
Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of the time.
Not all the time, but
no,
a lot of the time.
Yeah, not all the time. But I think there definitely is like a long running thing. And even like my mate Arch, who's the one I was saying that as a British Pakistani, like he finds those people like the most annoying. Yeah. So like he finds it because he always says it's like young white chicks that have almost like this patronizing attitude towards him, where they almost like act like he needs their sympathy.
Yeah, and it's like
not
babying.
Not him specifically, but like basically anybody that's not white.
Yeah, I get you.
It's almost like he's like, I don't need your freaking sympathy, and he gets really annoyed about it.
Yeah, it's like I'm a grown adult, I know what I'm doing, but
he's like, and he openly says like he would pick like a mate any day that would like take the mick out of, just have banter with him. Yeah. And he'll have banter back. Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure he said to me and some other guys we were with at the time that we were like the colour of his jizz or something like that. So it goes both ways. It's not like he's like this. Like,
how do you feel knowing that?
Don't really care. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? But it's like, it's banter goes both ways. But I think, what ultimately you want to do if you want to like have equality is you just treat everyone the same. That doesn't mean that like you can't have banter with the person.
That's what my brother
if I act like to you guys, like you guys don't need any sympathy from me, but then the moment somebody that isn't white is in the room, I'm almost like, you poor little thing. What's more racist?
That's racist because you're treating them differently.
Yeah, so it's almost like you're acting like there's some like wounded little puppy that can't fight for themselves, and like they're like they're like completely at your mercy.
Demoralising.
Isn't racism like treating someone different because of their like
exactly,
race?
And that's what that's doing, isn't it?
Like making them like treating them better or treating them worse.
Exactly.
Or whatever. So even if you're not doing it in a mean way, that's
the irony, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the irony of it.
Like, treat everyone the same, and then you're just like, oh, that's still racist.
Yeah, that's the irony of it. Yeah, I think, I can't remember how we got onto that from, like, fat families.
No, neither. But
I do think they're, like, things like that. I think
because of the stuff that was getting cancelled.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Little Britain and that. Did you see that picture? Did you share it on Pandora's box of, like the African guys that were dressed up as sheep?
Yeah. Yeah, they were like Algerian guys. Oh my god. Did you see that picture, Immo? It was like some guys that
did you put it on like the story? Or?
Yeah. They'd like try to sneak into a country. I can't remember what country it was they tried to sneak into, but they'd like painted their faces completely black and they tried to dress up like actual sheep so they could sneak into the country. And then it was like this picture of them like and it just looks so freaking funny.
I think I did see that, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like 4 Algerian men tried to like dress up as sheep to like enter a country illegally, and
that's
it was
such a strange thing to like do.
To be fair,
they like get the fluff.
They gave it a good go. It looked like fairly realistic,
apart from their long limbs.
Well, as realistic it could be for somebody that's literally trying to come across as a sheep anyway, and you're like a human. But oh my god, yeah, that was so
funny. That's funny.
Yeah,
when I went to France recently, with my dad. Like the guy, because we went over on the ferry and stuff like that, and the guy that was there was telling us about his friend that came over to see them, and he came over in a big like camper van. Yeah. And when they had his kid with him, and he was like 4 or 5, like really small. Yeah. And they were waiting at the they were waiting at the ferry port, and all got in the camper van to like go over, and his dad was sitting in the front and stuff. And the little kid was in the back, and he just like screamed and was like, "Dad, black man in the bed!" Like, what? There was like 3 dudes that had like snuck into the van, got under the bed, in the bed, and there was like literally 3 of them. And apparently in France, like that just happens regularly at the crossing and stuff. And it was like man, this kid, but like you just shout, "Dad, black man in the bed!"
Mate, that is hilarious. I mean, to be fair, that must have been genuinely scary for the kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you just take that quote alone is hilarious. Dad, black man in the bed.
When I was in Dominican Republic, we were like on a tour, like a look around on one of the buses from the hotel, and there were just like young children that obviously lived there, locals, that would just run, jump, and hang on to the back of the like bus. And just go until they were close enough to where they wanted to get off, and then they get off. But when they were on there, they'd be like tapping you and like trying to talk to you and stuff like that. And I was like 8, and I was there like, what the?
Where did you say this was?
Dominican Republic.
Oh, that's mental, isn't it?
Yeah, we got told to like not talk to them, not interact with them, like anything.
No, I'm not surprised. So. I remember
finding it mental there because it's like you're at this plush 5-star like resort and stuff, and then like you just literally walk down the beach a bit, and it's just like it's very like poverty stricken, like in a lot of places. Just the actual like what you're saying.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
Buses and everything.
Countries like that, you see like a massive difference, don't you?
And you got like 3 people on
like
the. Have you seen them like the 3 more than 3 people sat on a little motorbike? It's crazy. They just like stack them all together and like.
Yeah, it's mad. I remember when we were in Kent, Drew, last. I worded that weird. We were in Kent last.
We were in Kent, Drew, last.
I remember I think we were on our way back. And we had to pass through Dover, and obviously that's the biggest port, isn't it, for it to go across by ferry to France. There'll be bluebirds.
I like Dover. It looks so pretty. I did an art thing on Dover. I painted it in my GCSE art.
Oh, you have to show us.
I painted it really well, actually. I'm quite proud. It was like a mini one.
You have to show us sometime.
It's only like a mini one in my sketchbook.
Oh, that's
but
all right.
I can show you.
Show us a mini one.
I'll show you later.
But yeah, I think when we were on our way back from Kent, I remember I think there was like a big 12-wheeler lorry that had been like there was bad traffic. And I think it was like there was a big 12-wheeler lorry that had been apprehended by the police because there were like 30 migrants in it or something. Like,
oh my God.
30 illegal migrants that had like snuck into the 12-wheeler and obviously come across the border.
Oh my God.
So they had to like shut down the road and stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty mad, isn't it?
And then do they just like take them back?
Well, probably not nowadays, no.
Oh no, because they probably give them a hotel room.
That's why everyone's kicking off, because they're just like using taxpayers' money.
They give them a hotel room and a bike.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, give them loads of free meals. Have you seen those like? Have you seen those videos of like the people that like sneak into the hotels and that? And it's just really weird. It's almost like there's just like just all this. The canteen's just open all day, and then they have like NHS staff in there to like sort out any like wounds or ill like or like health problems that these people have. And then as soon as the person gets discovered, like like the staff catch on that person's like just a regular British person, shouldn't be there. They obviously immediately get security to like kick them out and stuff. But by that point, obviously they've taken the footage and then they upload it to like YouTube and stuff later on social media. And you can see these like whistleblowers that are like walking around these like 4 and 5 star hotels, and there's all these like illegal migrants that are just sitting around eating all this food and just like living the life of Riley.
Why do you need to live like luxury? That's not fair.
Well, yeah, I know. That's why everyone's kicking off about it, because like obviously people try and make out that if you have a problem with that, then somehow you're racist. But obviously race has got nothing to do with it. The fact of the matter is that it's really unfair, because
just jammy.
We get paid everyone in this country pays a ridiculous amount of tax.
I try to just stay away from all these type of things because I don't really understand them, and I don't want to I don't really know what I'm doing.
I think that's what all
it's
people
quite
should
nice to like understand it, because I don't really. Everyone in my family has strong opinions either way on it. Like they're very different sides. So I just don't ask them. I just
think that like obviously racism does exist and sexism exists, but I think the idea that you just brand everybody, like, do you know what I mean? Anytime you have a problem with anybody that's not the colour of your skin, that you instantly see that's proof of them being racist. The same way that if I had a problem with you, somebody would make it that was like sexist.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what I mean? It's like that's
ageist.
That's ridiculous. All right.
It could be ageist.
All right, yeah. Do you know what I mean? But like,
ageist pig.
Yeah, like because
and actually, I'm also I've also got learning difficulties, so it could be ableist as well.
Oh man, I'm so ableist. I'm so ableist.
But is that the word? I think it is.
I have no idea. So I've definitely heard that word before.
Because you're able and I'm not.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah. Cain and Abel. Yeah, it's like at the end of the day, I think the problem is the reason that like people have a problem with it. As I said, it's nothing to do with like, the colour of these people's skins. It's the fact that for a start, they're coming over illegally. Yeah. If we broke a law, then we would most likely either have to pay a fine or do some sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Community service or serve jail time. Yeah. So why is it that like for some reason illegal immigrants come over? Sometimes of which they don't have background checks. So some of them. Some of them are rapists, some of them are thieves, some of them are murderers. Yeah. And by taxpayers' money, not only are they a danger to our society because we then have to have people walking around in increased danger. Yeah. But also they're taking the money that we're paying to the government to put them up for free. So every person that's like a legal citizen is basically having to like grind and work all the time to like try and provide for their families and stuff. And are paying,
get everything taken off you.
Get like a ridiculous amount of everything. Pretty much everything in life is taxed. Everything in life is taxed. Your
food.
Apart from air at the moment.
Yeah, for the time.
But we don't want to give them any ideas.
Yeah, they probably will.
Going into a law act society.
That's probably what's happening in the budget. With the budget, the latest budget, Rich. We're going to bring in an air tax, an oxygen tax.
I see, let them die.
If anyone that breathes,
I did see that they weren't with the budget thing because it just came out today. And the only thing that I saw about it was that their stock. You get like 12,500 or something of tax-free like money per year. Like you get to start paying tax on your wages and that. They're just like stopping. They're just like keeping that number like 12,500 until like 2030. So like basically, if you only get that much like free like non-taxed like money from your salary. So if your salary goes up or if you progress or you get more money and stuff like that, like the amount of like free money that you get on your salary won't go up. So it's like a sneak tax. It's like people are going to end up paying loads more just by getting like higher wages and stuff over the next few years. Because your wage, you want to be progressing, don't you? So like in 5 years, people are going to be trying to progress and get more money per
of course.
year. That happens. But the amount of free money you get is just 12,500, and that's staying the same. So you're going to be paying loads extra.
It's so weird that in this country you're like de-incentivized to be successful, and you're like punished to be successful, because it's the only thing in life where like people will try and make out that it's not de-incentivizing you. Do you know what I mean? So it's like in simple terms, it's like you get a speeding ticket if you're caught breaking the speed limit. You get a speeding ticket Why do you get that? Why do you
don't get taught.
Why do you get that speeding ticket though?
Because you could have killed somebody of that speed.
Yeah, but in very simple terms, why do you get the speeding ticket?
Because you broke the law.
You get
It's
the
like
speeding.
a deterrent.
You get the speeding ticket
Ticket.
Yeah, sorry. You get the
Speeding
speeding ticket to deter you from speeding, don't you?
Yeah.
So to encourage you to drive slower
And be safe.
But if you're essentially getting fined, which is kind of, you call it tax, but you know what I mean, at the end of the day, in layman's term, it's money that's being taken away from you.
Yeah.
If you're being quote unquote fined, taxed, for being more successful, then you're being de-incentivized to become more successful, aren't you? It's
True.
making it's like you're being punished for being more. It's the only it's like a very weird system, isn't it? You know, and obviously the problem is with a lot of these things as well, and obviously they're concerned about this in New York at the moment, and there also has happened in London a lot in the last few years as well. What's happening is obviously all the richest people in the society are just going to move abroad because they have the capability to do so, and they have the resources to do so. So what they'll do is they'll just move to a part of the world where the taxes are way fairer for wealthy people. They're not
they have the money to do. Yeah, they have the money to do.
The idea that they're just going to stay and be like, oh, okay, well, we're just going to pay loads of extra tax every year, and that's fine. They're obviously not going to do that. They'll just move to Saudi Arabia or move to the Isle of Man or move
somewhere that will let them keep their money.
Yeah, move to somewhere that they will have just as good a quality of life, if not more, a better quality of life, in terms of everyday quality of life, but without these added financial penalties. But then what happens is then the financial burden gets shifted onto the class below them. So it gets shifted from the upper classes down to the middle classes, and the middle classes suddenly get
what's happening.
Yeah, and then they get crushed under the burden of all this tax. And then eventually what happens to the middle classes? Well, then they're either pushed down out of middle class, down, they're almost pushed down a class, or then it eventually gets pushed onto the working class people. And then everybody, regardless of, even if you just have a minimum wage job, everyone's crushed under tax. Because eventually it's somebody needs to pay this tax. And all the wealthiest people have moved out. So, just every Tom, Dick and Harry
pushes the weight onto your shoulders.
Yeah, it's just crushed under this burden of this never-ending tax. No, I'd say no. You do feel the pressure as well. As somebody, by the time you're in your 30s, I just think about the council tax I pay, and then obviously you pay road tax, and then you have all your electricity bills, water bills, just everything all combined. It is crazy. It's mad how much of your money just goes on. And obviously
living.
And then every invoice you get, you have the VAT as well as the is the VAT as well as the actual cost for the person that you're paying or whatever. It's it's crazy. It's crazy. It's just super. You kind of feel sort of a bit crushed and oppressed. I feel, I feel that's the sort of feeling that most people feel.
I don't know those stresses yet, so I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, you can have that to look forward to. Sorry, Drew, what did you say?
With this budget, say we're already in the situation where a lot of money is being taken by taxes and all of that stuff. So with a budget, it always seems to be there's a new thing for them to be able to get more money, but you've still got all of the other stuff as well that you've already had. It rarely seems to change in a more positive way.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it?
Loads of money to you. Do you know what I mean? It's normally just more rules than that. That one where they're not changing the income allowance, that 12,500. That was going to give them just in covert. You're not directly giving it to them, but just for the fact that you'll be paying more money over the long term. Yeah, it was 9 billion extra than what they have now or something. And I was like, what? That's just crazy. That's a huge amount of money that's almost just siphoned off people.
It's really weird as well. I've seen a lot of controversy, and I'm annoyed about it as well. Have you seen that? A lot of people are saying that literally the best thing that the last Tory government did was they brought in that child benefits scheme. Do you know about that?
Right. Oh, so basically they get money.
Yeah. So basically,
that's what I've got.
Have you?
Isn't it they get over 18s?
No.
Got money
It's for people that say
if you've got a kid.
If you're unemployed and you have child benefits,
child
benefits because you have children, because you're unemployed.
Child benefits
if you keep on having kids, you're not going to get benefits past 2 kids because the idea is look, you're a fully grown adult. If you can't,
people are having kids,
you can't just people are exploiting the system, and it's it kind of takes the mick that obviously some people are working really, really hard. to provide for themselves and their kids, and then other people are like, do you know what, I'm just not going to work, and I'm going to get
loads of kids.
I'm going to get knocked up by every single Tom, Dick and Harry, and then I'm just going to claim benefits on every single one, and every kid I have, I can just claim more and more benefits. And that literally that's what happened before. But because the last Tory government put on that cap on 2 children, so it de-incentivized people to just stop having all these kids to milk off the system. Because it's wasting taxpayers' money, because someone's going to have to pay for those kids.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean?
True.
True. But they've just, I don't know if they've actually done it or if they said they're going to do it, but the Labour government have just said they're going to scrap that. But like a lot of people are up in arms about it, and I think, that sucks as well, especially considering that, obviously it's unemployed people that this benefits, but it's like, if you're freaking unemployed, maybe don't have more than 2 kids. Like 2 kids, even for people that work all the time, cost a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. And if you don't have a job, you can't have that income coming in. Then it's going to be even more expensive.
I mean, I've only got 1 kid, but I know that's like a big added expense every year. Obviously worth it, but that's not the point. And then you think that, the idea that there's just all these unemployed people that are just having like 4, 5, 6 kids.
I feel like it's can be a bit unfair on the children as well, though, because it could end up giving them, not all the time, but it could end up giving them like a worse
Well, not
life.
just that, but if your mother or father are the sort of people that are just having kids to get money from the government, they're probably not very good role models for their kids anyway, are they? Do you know what I mean? So, but oh man, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's like recently I heard that Germany are closing their Christmas markets this year because they're saying that security is too expensive. But meanwhile they're spending 30 billion on upkeep of illegal immigrants in their country. So it's like, I think there's a lot of things like this that are happening.
Sorry, you can't have Christmas.
Yeah, you can't have Christmas because it's too expensive. But we will spend 30 billion euros of your money on basically putting up illegal immigrants. Not immigrants, illegal immigrants, because obviously there's a big difference as well.
Yeah.
Nobody, unless you are like a genuine racist, which, let's face it, probably not even like 0.5% of the population are.
Yeah.
Nobody has a problem with immigrants. That's not the point. Nobody has a problem with immigrants. I don't think anybody could care less. Do you? I don't care if somebody's a freaking parent was an immigrant or not. We've obviously dealt with Sandro Forte. He's a freaking legend, Italian immigrant. He's not been on our show on Pandora's Box, but he's been on AW Radio and had a lot to do with Aspen Waite in general. I just think legend. As I said, ex-missus, her granddad was a Caribbean.
Impressive.
Was an Afro-Caribbean immigrant.
Grind and work and build stuff.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, but it's
that's like inspiring.
But it's the fact that people
it's I proudly have you in this, you here, you're great. Look at you.
At the end of the day, when anybody says anything to you, whether it's a friend of yours, a colleague, a partner, a parent, or your government, things that they say to you have to make sense in your mind, don't they? And it doesn't make sense when you have that example I just used. If in the German government are telling, if we were German in Germany, we were German people, and then your government, if we were German and we were and the government are excuse me, we can't have any Christmas markets this year because we cannot afford the security to keep everyone safe, which ironically one of the reasons they probably aren't safe is because of all the illegal immigrants. But they're
was it Germany where was it a Christmas market where they got that car ran through? Was it in Germany?
Oh, I don't know. That might have been, yeah. But I did see some footage.
There was one.
I did see some footage recently of I can't remember if it was Austria or Germany. And it was
aren't they right next to each other?
Groups of people had deliberately gone basically to ruin the market.
Oh, that's mean.
Yeah, and it wasn't. I
saw some cars being ploughed through the whole of the market, just through all the people. Just someone went on a rampage and just drove through it all.
How do you expect the general population not to be angry when the government's saying that no, we can't afford we're going to close all the Christmas markets because we can't afford security, but we're literally going to put in our budget 30 billion euros of taxpayers' money just to put up the people that are actually ruining the markets in the first place. Or a lot of the time it's the people that are ruining the markets.
And if people still did the markets, they'd probably have the money to enforce closing them. Or you know what I mean? Coming out, you can't do this.
Yeah. Oh, absolute madness, isn't it? Madness. Bring back fat families.
I forgot that's what it all started on, fat families.
Yeah. That's the fun, isn't it? It's where's it going to go? Where's this conversation going to go, Emma?
Do you know where I think it should go now?
Where?
To some fun questions.
Go on then. What's this segment called again? Get to know you.
Get to know.
Dun, 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 dun.
You and you.
Get to know you.
Yes.
Or
That
get
was
to know
it.
us, maybe.
Yes. Get to know us.
Right, Immo, hit us.
Okay, these are some wacky, wild, and totally fun questions.
Okay,
Are you ready?
we're ready.
I want one answer from one
Yes.
answer from the other.
Okay,
No fighting, no shoving, no pushing. Hands to yourself,
Drew
please.
can go first.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
This is a bit weird, but it's the first one.
We like it.
What's your favourite sleeping position of all time?
After you, Drew.
On my left side.
How so? Can you demonstrate? Is it like this? Like
well,
this?
I didn't
this?
realise. With your digestion and the way that your gut is, if you sleep on your left side, it helps your digestion.
Mm-hmm.
And I would sleep on my right side sometimes, and I'd get a bit of acid reflux and that, and I'd be like,
Oh.
well, that's a bit weird, isn't it? And then I
Poop his
started
pants.
sleeping on my left side, and it was like, I could even have a bit of like a stomach ache or something, and then I just lie in that position, and it becomes like way more comfortable. So I generally sleep on my left side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, same answer, same reasoning. Although I think that
They are basically twins.
I think I naturally always did preferred to sleep on my left side, and then I found out what Drew just said about, and then I was like, oh, that's good.
You guys would be perfect spooning buddies. You both sleep in the same way.
Neither of us would enjoy that.
Who would be big spoon? Who would be little spoon?
I don't mind giving Drew a hug, but I don't want to cuddle him in bed.
Yeah, prolonged hug would be a bit weird.
I think whenever, do you know what I mean?
I do spoon my dog sometimes, and he's a male.
I thought you were going to say your dad.
And I think,
Do you know when you say duh, and then I was like, oh, I was going to say his dad.
Dogs love to be spooned, I swear. They
Yeah.
like to have a little cuddle. My dog always, whenever
So
I'm dead in bed,
social, aren't
always
they?
comes and lies right here, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
bless her.
it is weird how it's not weird though that it's a male dog, and then I proper give him a cuddle
Do you-
sometimes.
are you-
and I'm like,
In the dog.
That's like my dog as well.
Do you reckon your dog thinks you're gay?
yeah, that's what I know. He looks at me a bit weird sometimes. Mate, the other day,
Like, what are you
it
doing?
was so cold a couple nights ago, and I was at the unit
Just spooning
doing,
him.
some guitar
Oh.
stuff till midnight.
Warm me.
I had no heater on in there. But do you ever get it where you're real into something and you'll
Spoon him.
forget you're hungry, you'll forget
Oh,
you're
yeah, of
cold,
course, yeah.
So I was so into doing these frets, and I was doing it, and I got back and it was freezing, and I got in the house, and the house had the heating on and stuff, and the change in temperature, I just sat on the sofa and I just started shaking, my body started convulsing, and I was like, what? It was so crazy cold, and Rupert just ran up to me and just sat on me, and I was just hugging him.
So warm.
Why are you making that sound?
It's just like a human hot water bottle.
Oh, I love
Not a
hugging my
human,
dog when I'm cold.
a living.
I put my
hot water.
hands on my dog's belly whenever I'm cold because her belly's always really warm.
Oh, I bet your dog's like, oh my god, I don't do that.
No, she quite likes it, to be
Do you
fair.
reckon?
Yeah,
Do you reckon
because
she's like,
she's
"Oh, yeah,
always
nice."
she's always really hot,
Right.
and then I give her a blanket afterwards. I cuddle her with it. I put her under my blanket with
Nice.
me, and we cuddle in the
She's
blanket.
calm too hot.
I will say though about the sleeping thing as well. I pretty much always fall asleep on my left side, and I usually put my hand under the pillow and I'll sort of sleep like that. But then I do
'Cause it's
sometimes
got the cold pillow.
you know when you stir in the morning a little bit. Sometimes
Yeah.
I then switch it to just flat my back,
Yeah.
and then I'll move my pillow because I don't like my head to be raised. So I'll just actually have my head flat on the mattress,
Oh, I do that.
and then I'll just probably then sleep
That's
another
a good
few
one.
hours like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that just feels very nice. And then I often do that as well. I don't know why. It must look really fun if you're
It's
watching.
like a dead person.
And I'm just like that. And for some reason, there's something about that I find super comfy. Just
I always find, do you know Rob Snook, my mum's ex-boyfriend,
Yeah.
the builder and stuff. I used to find it hilarious. He'd come and stay camping with us in Trianon and that sometimes, and he'd do that but he'd have his hands like this, and it looked like he was holding two little trowels, and he just
you should have put two little trowels in his hand. Yeah.
Oh, it's Rob with his little trowels,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
lying there asleep on his back.
That's
Do you
so
ever
funny.
find if you're lying completely on your back and sleeping that you snore? That happens.
Well,
to
how
me
would you
when
ever
I'm,
know if you
flat on
snore
my
though?
back.
Because you're asleep.
I mean, yeah,
I get
probably.
kicked and told I'm snoring.
Oh,
I don't.
True.
I don't snore that much, so I never get kicked for snoring because I'm not much of a bad snorer. But every now and again, if I've had a cold or something, apparently I'll snore when I'm asleep, and it probably is.
If I've had a few drinks.
Yeah, I was going to say if I
snore.
drink, but I haven't drank all this year, so it's been a long time since I've had a drink. But I know that whenever I've actually been drunk, I've been told I snored badly, and then if I have a cold, I'll be like,
yeah,
okay.
I snore if I got a cold. I got told that on the ski trip, but it was really embarrassing. So I was in like, must have been like year 9 or something like that, and I was on a ski, year 9 or year 8, one of the two, and I was on a ski trip with like loads of my friends in a room, and I was like, I had really, really bad cold, and I felt horrible. I just had like a really big like panic attack and everything, and I was just not having a great time, so I just went to sleep. I'd also got forced to move beds with somebody, which was annoying because then I felt gross because I had to sleep in their bedding, which was absolutely disgusting. I don't like doing, like, I didn't like that.
If it's not fresh bedding,
especially
like,
because they had a disgusting bed. They'd been eating in their bed, so
like,
it was covered in food crumbs. It had like wrappers all over it, and it had their hair all over it, and I was just really annoyed. And then I got forced to sleep in their bed. Oh, on top of all of this, and I was just really, really annoyed. And I was asleep, and I wake up, and the people in my room had just recorded me sleeping and sent that video to like everyone, like the person I liked and everything like that. And I was there like, what the hell? You're supposed to be like one of my best mates, and you just sent a video of me like sleeping to everyone. And it was the one time I've ever snored because I had a cold. Sorry, I went to sleep crying and I had a cold.
Was it a proper snore?
It was just a little bit like a
little purr.
It was just like a little one.
Like
It wasn't even a
snore.
big one. It was just a little one. But they sent it to everyone, and then like zoomed up on my face and everything. And I just thought that was horrible because like.
Was everyone like called you like snory Imogen?
No, I just got really annoyed at them, and they like apologised to me, and they deleted the video afterwards. But I was like, well, that's just not very nice. But I was more so because I had such a terrible day like beforehand. No wonder I was snoring. I went to sleep crying. Why would I not be snoring? I couldn't breathe. What do you want me to do? Die?
Oh my god,
like,
she's still.
What?
If you hadn't noticed,
I am still salty.
She is still bitter.
I've made up with the girl now. We're absolutely fine. But
she says that, but I can tell.
No, we have. But I just don't like the fact that I don't like that somebody would record. I don't.
What's her name?
I don't like the fact. No, I can't say that. No. Because I'm friends with her, and I'm fine with it now. It's just, it's just annoying because it's like, I get really like paranoid that she didn't actually delete it. I just get so scared about it.
We're gonna come to your house while you're sleeping.
I just don't like it because it's like you wouldn't like it if it happened to you. So why do it to somebody else? Because I said to her, would you like it if I did it to you? And she was like, no. I was like, then why did you do it to me?
It's very mature of you, Imogen.
It's just, I just don't. I just get really like anxious about it because I'm like, she definitely still has that video, but she doesn't. But I get scared that she does.
What's your favourite sleeping position, Imogen?
How do I fall asleep?
Not snoring, obviously.
Let me think.
Touchy subject.
I used to like my belly, but I don't really do that.
No, it's horrible.
It depends where
belly?
I'm sleeping. Are we just saying like at home, like in my
at home
bed?
in your bed, yeah.
Okay, in my bed.
Not on like a roller coaster.
No,
what were you
because
thinking?
it depends like if I'm at my boyfriend's house or if I'm at my house.
On a boat?
No.
Or specifically a ferry boat or a fishing boat?
No, it depends like if I'm at my house or if I'm at my boyfriend's house. I sleep differently compared to like.
If there's more than 5 fish on the boat, I'll sleep differently.
Okay, guys.
Sorry, Imogen. What are you saying?
It depends if I'm at my boyfriend's house or my house.
Why do you sleep differently at your boyfriend's house?
Because I don't want.
I could make so many bad jokes, but it's not
it's
not appropriate.
Like at his house, I tend to try and sleep facing away from him because I don't want to have my face. No, because I don't want to have my face in him.
Because he freaking didn't clean his teeth after getting a packet of Watsits.
No, because I just like don't want to have my face in his, and I hate.
He just wakes up and you're like.
Yeah.
I get really self-conscious about like smelly breath and stuff.
Right.
And I've got retainers where I have braces.
Yeah.
And I find that like retainers, it's not just me, it's like all my friends with like braces as well. We've all came to the conclusion that retainers give you like really bad retainer breath. Like in the morning, which is like morning breath, but for some reason it's just like right. It like because all that saliva in it and stuff. And
but your mouth has got saliva in anyway.
I suppose, but like the retainers like hold all the.
Do you think it like holds bacteria or something?
Yeah, definitely. I have to give them a deep clean, otherwise they stink. It's gross. It's not just me; it's like other people as well. My best friend does it.
Isn't there like a special?
My best friend don't wear hers because she says it stinks too much.
Isn't there like a special liquid that you have to put it in every day while you're walking around in the daytime?
I put it in hot water with a tablet, like a cleaning tablet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
you don't have to have them, but you can.
It's probably better if you do.
Yeah, it like makes them smell and like obviously kills all the bacteria.
Yeah, put it in lemon water.
But I don't want my face in his because I'm like really self-conscious. Like, oh my god, my breath probably stinks. Even though it doesn't. I got told it doesn't.
I'm like the opposite. I like to put my face right in whoever I'm with.
I hate that.
Even if it's not my missus, just right in their face.
That's horrible. I hate that.
Just
That's horrible.
Assert your dominance.
But
they wake up right in their face.
Staring.
At my boyfriend's house, I tend to.
So at your boyfriend's house, as far away from him as possible.
Yeah, and I always lie on my left. What side is this? My right side. And I just lie like I have my pillow.
Bad indigestion.
I have my pillow like completely. Yeah, but I don't eat any time before I go to sleep. I have like my pillow completely flat, and I just like this.
So, but if you're at home, what do you do?
This. And then if I'm at home, I lie on my left side, and I have my legs over one side, the opposite side of the bed, and I'm led diagonally across it.
Right.
And I lie, I lie on my belly like this, and I'm like completely turned.
Okay.
And I'm like that, like contorted.
That does not sound like it's
really comfortable.
That does not sound good for your back.
It's so comfortable. It's because I'm trying to stretch my body so that I'm like feel all nice and stretched, and it's always lovely.
By the way, everybody that's listening to this, comment what is your favourite. Whatever, all these questions that Imogen's asking us, comment your answer as well.
Everyone's answer.
And then we can, because it'd be interesting for us to see what everyone else likes to do as well. So what's your next question anyway, Imogen?
So the next one is, what is the dumbest way you've been hurt?
The dumbest way?
The dumbest way you've been hurt.
Drew's answer's probably something to do with me. When I pushed Drew off the back.
Your answer's to do with me.
When I pushed you off the back of the table in our tutor room. Do you remember, Drew? Do you remember that?
Mate, no, I don't even remember that.
Freaking psychologically blanked out the memory because it was traumatizing.
Yeah.
Do you remember you were like sat on? That wasn't that bad. I asked you to do it.
No.
That wasn't that bad. I mean, I still got a little scar there to this day.
Yeah.
I kind of weirdly like the memory. I'm just glad
that
we weren't any better at making the bows, because basically we made our own bows out of bamboo. Was it bamboo? We'd sometimes make them out of bamboo, but the better ones we make them out of fiberglass rods. So when you for gardening, you get those fiberglass rods that you can use for various purposes in the garden. Sometimes to straighten out a plant or various other things.
Yeah.
And we made bows and arrows out of them. We made bows out of them, and then we'd shoot homemade arrows with them. And
you're like cavemen.
And they were good enough that you could shoot them and they'd stick into the ground. But but luckily they didn't have the force, because Drew got me right in the heart.
Oh, that wouldn't have been good.
And obviously
you tried to deflect it with your sword, didn't you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You had a sword. And
have
you seen it in the movies when they get shot with an arrow?
Yeah.
Deflect it with a sword.
And as a fluke, I did that once, didn't I?
Yeah, you did it. Yeah.
And and then I made everyone stop, because we had about 10 friends there in total. And then I did it once as a fluke. And I was, in your head, your simplistic brain when you're a kid, you think,
you're like, oh my god,
I've got a talent.
I'm just God.
So then in my mind, I was like, I can do this every time. So I was like, everyone stop what you're doing. Drew, do that again. And then Drew did it. And then I swung my sword, obviously completely missed the arrow. And then the arrow went into my chest. Literally right here, which is exactly where my heart is.
I thought your heart was on the left side.
Yeah, I'm pointing at my left.
Oh, I thought you were pointing in between.
No. Well, your heart is just slightly left of centre.
I thought you were pointing at your own cleavage.
Well, there's that too. But your heart is slightly left of centre.
Oh,
but
okay.
And then Drew got me right in the heart, and it was bad enough that it was bleeding, and I've got a scar, and I've literally got a scar there to this day.
Oh, that's not good.
You have to part all of my chest hair to see it. But
part the bush.
Yeah, you have to part my bush.
Go through the forest.
You have to, pretty much. It's like the freaking Black Forest. You'll probably come across some weird creatures in there.
Part the Red Sea.
Yeah. You have to be Moses to get in there. I have got a little scar there, but luckily it wasn't strong enough to fully penetrate my rib cage or anything like that. So.
Oh, that's funny.
But
Not funny, but funny.
The dumbest way we've been hurt, what, physically or mentally?
Just physically, the most stupidest thing.
What do you reckon's the dumbest way you've been hurt, Drew?
Just because it was so annoying and just stupid, and it caused me so much grief afterwards. Just in school, doing those balancing that you had to do in PE, where you body balance with people and that. Yeah. And there was this one where you stand up and say someone's stood up and they're bent over, so they're like that.
Yeah.
And then and you'll put your back against them, and then your legs are up in the air. So it's you're like a T. So you're both like that, basically.
Yeah.
So I was on top. I can't remember who. I can't remember thing. And you had
kinky.
the mats and stuff.
Yeah.
And I fell. Did a flip, fell backwards, and my feet just smacked the floor, but it wasn't on the
Mats.
It wasn't on the mat. It was on the hard
that's a hard floor as well, isn't it? Hard floor.
Yeah. So I broke my toe.
Oh.
That was the one next to my big toe, and it's hilarious now
Index
because
toe.
if you look at your feet, like your second toe is supposed to be longer. It's like one of the longest ones.
Is it stumpy?
Yeah, so I've got like a little stumpy like toe that should be the longest.
You've got a deformed toe.
And also, I went skiing with the army cadets about 2 weeks after it happened. But like, I really wanted to go to Scotland.
Yeah, of course.
Because we were up Cairngorm Mountain and stuff skiing. And I really wanted to go. So I went, but like with a broken toe. And it was the most painful experience just skiing for a whole week there. Just man. And
good mental strength training.
Yeah, and it was one of those. And do you know, like, if you have a really long walk and your feet are aching, but then as soon as you sit down, just like the pain just goes from your feet, and it's just like, it's like a really.
I just licked the microphone by accident.
I'd feel like that I needed to do that, and then when I would sit down, the pain would just still be there throbbing.
Oh, that's painful.
That's when you know it's bad, when it's got a throb.
You gotta feel your heartbeat.
It's got its own friggin' heartbeat. Yeah.
Oh my god, guys! Stranger Things comes out tonight.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Yeah, so
it's not until like 1
We're recording this on Wednesday. Obviously, it goes out on Monday. We're recording it the Wednesday before, but yeah,
it's not until 1 o'clock though.
I'm
in the morning.
Yeah, I'm not staying up until.
I'm gonna have to.
I'm debating Skiving College.
The last season, Meg couldn't watch because she got too scared.
Oh bless.
What? It's scared of that much? You couldn't even watch it.
Apparently,
it's crazy.
She was like, "Oh no, this is too scary."
Apparently, for this one, you've only got to watch season 2 and 1.
Huh? Sorry?
Apparently, for this one, you've only got to watch season 2 and season 1. They've like the Duffer Brothers, like to like follow the story. The Duffer Brothers have given specific seasons or specific episodes to watch.
But you wouldn't know who Vecna was if you hadn't seen season 4. Spoiler.
Obviously, and there's. It's the one from season 4, the piggyback.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then Eddie with freaking playing Master of Puppets on top of the trailer.
Yeah. Whatever episode in season 4 is called the piggyback or something like that. That's the only one from season 4 they said that you should watch to know what's happening. The piggyback, which I'm pretty sure is the one where Elle goes to Max.
I know these guys are the ones that have written the series, but I think that sounds like such rubbish advice. Because if you watch the piggyback episode, which I think is either the second from last or the last episode of the season.
Cool, you've got good memories.
Well, I've just recently rewatched season 4. I literally just finished it. So it's fresh in my memory. Otherwise, I wouldn't have remembered. But imagine if I just remembered that from like 3 years ago. Whatever.
It's like thinking like, whoa.
Stranger Things is literally my favourite TV show.
I'm actually a robot. Let me just access my data banks.
He's got a Neuralink.
Scanning
data already.
Yeah. That's why I'm bigging up Elon. But I just don't think the episode would even make sense out of context with the rest of the season.
Well, it's got all the different things. Like the certain episode they said it does kind of make sense because it's like the significant thing to the.
I just feel like you'd be like, why is she in a pizza place? Because
the ones in season 1 and 2 and that like give you the background of what she can do.
Yeah, but you'd be like, why is she in a pizza place? Who's Vecna? Why is everyone suddenly way more grown up than they were in season 2? Do you know what I mean? Like, also, was she even in season 2?
She was in season 2. She came in season 2.
Yeah, the guy that probably scared Meg. Yeah. The one that Ella.
The one that goes, I know who you
Percy.
Yeah.
Maxine. You can't escape me, Max. Yeah.
I know who you are.
Yeah. That one. Yeah. Imogen was terrifying in that portrayal. But I think it's best to probably rewatch the 4th season. That's all I did. I didn't rewatch the whole series. I just rewatched the 4th season, and I was like, I'm glad I did because I think I'll enjoy the last season because that is 11.
That's good.
I'm not bold enough to be 11.
Imagine if something just came back to me, and I was on the wall like.
Oh wait.
It's intense. Yeah.
There we go. What a treat. You don't even need to watch Stranger Things. You can watch that. Flicking the little nose blood. That was well sassy. That was well good.
Oh, that's so funny. She's our friend and she's crazy.
That's you. That's what I say about you.
What was the question I asked again?
What's the dumbest way we ever got hurt? So Drew's told his, so he's broken toe. I'm just trying to think.
I got sidetracked.
Several dumb ways I've hurt myself in my life.
Don't hurt yourself.
Maybe when this is hilarious. In hindsight, maybe just because it obviously technically is quite a bad injury. Maybe when me and Drew had been out partying, and then we went back to my brother's flat, And my brother though was drunk, and he was like drunk and just being a bit of a KNOB. And then I think it was almost
KNOB.
like, you know, he's trying to like,
Sorry, I forgot that was K.
Right. We gave Imogen an extra 5 seconds to buffer, but and Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I think he was like, where he was like drunk and it was his flat, he was being on like a bit of a power trip, and he basically just started being, he was just being a bit of an ass. Oh. And anyway, me and him started having an argument, and then where I was drunk too, we ended up having a bit of a fight. Ooh. And then I dislocated my shoulder. While we were
painful.
Yeah. Long story short, my shoulder was dislocated, and then
was it just like floppy?
Yeah, it was horrible. It was like it hurt. So
get an ambulance.
And then the ambulance came out, and they had to give me loads of freaking gas.
Laughing gas.
Oh my god.
And then they like put it back into place. Luckily, it went back into place. So I remember if they were like, if we can't get it back into place, we're gonna have to take you to hospital. And I was like, I don't want to go to a freaking hospital. Do you know what I mean? And then it went back into place. And then me and Drew ended up going back to his house, which was way more chill than being where my aggro drunk brother. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Didn't have to have a freaking fist fight with anybody at God knows what hour in the morning.
That's crazy.
Instead, we just smoked some dope.
Would that have been in Bridgewater?
Huh?
Or was it in Cannington?
Sorry, what, man?
Was it in Cannington or in Bridgewater? Like back to my house? Was it when I lived in Bridgewater?
Yeah, no. It was in Cannington. We went back to Cannington.
Ah, cool.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Sounds like a chill evening afterwards.
Because we wouldn't have even bothered going back to my brother's otherwise, would we? I guess.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought, why would we have gone there and said, yeah.
Oh man, it was years before you moved to town. It was years before that.
Oh yeah,
mate. No, it was like 2009 or something, Drew.
Christ,
you didn't move. You didn't move into your flat until what, like 2016, 2017?
Yeah, don't know.
I reckon it was like 20.
I was only 8 back
then. I reckon
then.
2017 you moved into your flat.
I was 9 in 2017.
I think stuff like that's mad.
I was 25. I know that.
I reckon you were a bit older than 25. I reckon you were like 27. It was 2000. You know when
I was 25.
No,
because me and my mum always joke about it that I moved out when I was 25, and I actually said that to her like years ago. She said, "When are you moving out then?" And I was like, "It's probably going to be when I'm 25 because it's inflation."
Yeah. If you go back and have a look, man, on like photos and like Facebook or whatever, when I used to come over yours for a curry loads after work back when we were both at first you were going out with Gowie, but then like we were both bachelors afterwards for about a year. That period that was 2016, and obviously easy to remember. We were born in 1990, so we would have been 26. So you definitely
crazy.
you were definitely a bit older, man. You definitely were.
Yeah, that's mad.
That's when Naya was like just born. Naya had just been born. You were going out with Gowie. Me and Phoebe Johnson had just broken up.
Yeah, because I was definitely 25 when I went out with Gowie. Yeah, because I remember. Yeah, I just remember.
And you and Gary broke up.
I remember.
You and Gary broke up when we were 26, and then that's when we went through that spate where we were both bachelors for a while. And I'd always come over on a Friday. We'd always have a curry and get drunk and just jam and stuff.
What a way to live!
Mate, it was great.
That sounds so chill.
Yeah, we went from fiberglass arrows to bows
actual
and arrows. Hungarian.
We'd buy like watermelons, draw like funny faces on them, and then shoot them. And then it was really satisfying watching like the red like watermelon flesh, just like.
Yeah. And, that's such a man.
But we'd get like drunk round Drew's and then like put like poppadoms up in random places in Drew's room, and then Drew would like shoot it with his bow and arrow, which is not the most health and safety, but it was really fun. And it was great, because at the time I had this really nice BMW as well, so I would always just like finish work, have a workout, and then I just like chill it, go over to Drew's, cruise over to Drew's with a Beamer, and then we just have a fat curry. And then you just drink some beers.
I had the whole bottom of the house as well because it was great. Because we turned my old room into like my sister's like now husband, like his kids' room, and then like which meant I just had the whole bottom, which was like a double lounge, wasn't it? So I had like a bedroom at one side and like studio and computer and that, and then just a massive corner sofa on the other side and a big TV on the wall and everything.
I'm jealous.
It was amazing.
It was really good as well because Drew's younger sister Sherelle, she was living upstairs with her husband Danny and their first child Naya, who at the time was like a newborn baby. And I just remember it was like so funny. I remember like sometimes I'd get drink enough that I would stay at Drew's house. Yeah. And I just remember like Danny being like in the morning, be like, man, we just like sit in bed and listen to the stuff that you and Drew get up to, and we literally just like to each other like, what the hell? Because we'd either just be having this like an hour long like prog psychedelic rock metal jam on the guitar. or like folky, whatever.
Poor baby. Or
we just be having these like freaking.
Yeah, that's
like,
why I moved out in the end.
Yeah.
They were moaning. Yeah, we had to be quiet from 7 p.m. because Danny had work the next day and the baby was in bed.
That's so long.
Or we just be having these like mental chats and stuff. Yeah, that was basically where Pandora's Box started. But that was like Pandora's Box after hours.
Oh, that would be sick. You should Pandora's Box after
and
hours.
it included like a little bit of random drunken archery and stuff. You know, that was good.
Oh, that sounds so fun.
But yeah, I'm sure that was 2016 because I was still going out with Phoebe Johnson in 2015.
So is that like the funniest, the like dumbest way you've been hurt was like dislocating your shoulder?
Yeah, probably. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just because it's a serious injury, but if you think about it, it's so dumb, isn't it? Like, you've been out with your mates drinking. My brother had been drinking. We randomly got in like a weird brother argument, and then I fricking dislocated my shoulder.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like just such a stupid, just knucklehead.
So Drew's was his toe. Yours was your dislocated
my shoulder. Yeah. What about you?
It's mine. I think mine's probably when I've got hurt a lot of ways. But my funniest one, and probably one of my most serious ones, was probably in year 1. Me and my best friend, we were at lunchtime. No, snack. It was like morning, so it was like playtime. And I had a snack, a little packet of like mini party rings. I had one and I know she liked party rings, so I was going, ooh, in her face. And then she went to grab it, and as I moved it away, she went like that, and like her finger scratched my eye, and it scratched the lens of my eye, and I had spent all day in school. I was complaining how my eye was hurting. They were like, "Oh, you
could
just
you
got
see
pricked
okay?
in the eye."
Could you see okay?
It was a bit blurry, but my eye just hurt. That's more. It's like I couldn't see because my eye was just watering where it hurt so much.
Yeah, you got to be so careful with your eyes, haven't you?
And it was like all day I was going, "Oh, my eye really hurts. Like it really hurts." And they're like, "Oh, there's nothing I can do. You just got poked in the eye. Like it'll stop hurting soon." They did that all day, and it was still hurting. And then when my nan came to pick me up, I said to her, I was like, "Nan, my eye really hurts. Daisy poked me in the eye," because it was you, Daisy. And she knows that. It's a funny story. And my nan was like, she was like, "Oh, when did she poke you in the eye? Like just?" I was like, "At playtime this morning." And she was like, "Oh, your eye shouldn't still be hurting then." So because I was complaining about it so much, like it was really hurting.
Man, you have to be so careful with your eyes. I always like say to Evie in that, you know, like as a parent, because kids obviously do a lot of stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, she knows that obviously if you get like a scratch or a bruise, that your body will heal. So I always just hone into her like, look, your eyes aren't like the rest of your body. Like if you damage your eye and you go blind in one eye, that you're going to be blind forever.
Your brain doesn't even know that your eyes are there. If it does, then it'll kill them.
What? What the hell are you
Did you not know that? Like your
what
body, your body can't know that your eyes are there because like it'll kill the eyes. So your eyes are like existing without the rest of your body knowing.
What the hell are you saying?
Have you not heard about that?
I have not heard this ever.
I'll go into that in a second.
How would your body go about destroying the eye?
I'll go into that in a second. Let me just finish the story. So basically,
sorry. I went your nose as well.
You better be.
Bad that your nose.
No, do you know you're right? Just quickly, you see your nose all the time, but you're right. But your brain blocks it out.
Oh yes.
Like, that's pretty cool.
I'm looking at my nose.
Clip that.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, I went to my nan took me to the hospital, and it turns out I had a completely scratched lens of my eye.
That's so bad.
So I just had like a big blur across my eye. I had to put like cream in it that would make my vision go really, really blurry for like a couple of weeks so it could repair my eyeball. And my nan went into school the next day like, why didn't you tell me that she got hurt? Like she like her eyes, like the lens of her eye is like completely like scratched. It could have made me go blind basically.
Yeah, there's a lot of you have to be so careful with your eyes.
Wasn't deep enough, luckily.
There was a lot of controversy in the last UFC heavyweight championship fight. The current champion is Tom Aspinall, massive fan of him. He's like a Manchester lad, British guy. And he was fighting this French guy called Cyril Gane. And it was like real anticlimactic because literally in the first couple of minutes of the first round, Cyril Gane like fully... When I say this, it was like legit. He basically like fingered Tom Aspinall's eye. He like fingered his eye.
Gouged it.
Mate, yeah, like not deliberately, but it was one of those things. I think like Tom Aspinall was like coming forward, and then like Cyril Gane like did that with his... And obviously in MMA, you wear fingerless gloves so that you can grapple and everything. And he went like that, and he like poked Tom Aspinall in the eye, but they showed it on the replay in slow-mo about 10 times. And like the finger, it didn't like scratch the eye. Mate, it was like tickling his brain. It was like tickling his brain. No. So when I say he fingered his eyeball, I literally mean he fingered his eye. Like
he got under it.
Yeah, he got under it, mate. He was trying to find the G spot, mate. But he didn't. He just hurt the hell out of him. And then the fight got like called off, and Tom Aspinall was like, Yeah, he had to like walk around with this like big pad on his eye for ages, and he's been for like these multiple scans and tests in the UK. I don't even know if it's even been determined yet whether his eye's like fully better, because it was like mental. And obviously there were some like proper typical internet warriors that were like, "What a pussy! I would have just carried on." And it's like, all right, mate. Yeah, of course you would. Yeah. Telling the UFC like heavyweight champion of the world that he's a pussy, and you're like just like some guy somewhere. Just, do you know what I mean? It's like, mate, mental.
The like battle. Whether like you get the helmets that have got the real just thin.
Imagine MMA fighters wearing
that one up, like the one.
Yeah.
Shut up, Rupert.
I wonder what that was for a second.
Same.
Shush.
He's like, did you talk of battle?
If, in battle, like people had some kind of protective like things that were like glass, like really hard glass or something, so you could still see perfectly. But
like motorcycle goggles.
Well, you wouldn't need one if
you're so vulnerable in those places, aren't you?
Well, you wouldn't need one if you were wearing a helmet, though, would you? I guess.
The cool eye fact I
guess you just made the slits as like small as possible, but without impeding your vision too much. That's the balance, isn't it? Because obviously if you can't see, you can't fight. Unless you're like a freaking Shaolin monk.
That's it. That's why I was thinking of like almost like goggles stuck to your head, but like real hard glass.
You should invent some fighting goggles.
Yeah, just like domed goggles where arrows would bounce off them, but you still got amazing.
If you ever see Drew and he's wearing his fighting goggles, you know you're in for a rough time.
You just
suddenly see Drew from across the room and he's like, but he's got goggles on. He's just like,
that looks like you've got no pupils
stuck to your head.
He's just ready for battle. He's like, you're ready, punk. I've got my fighting goggles on today, mate. You're in for it. You're in for it.
The eye fact I was on about, I searched it up. So basically, it's if the body's immune system were to discover the eyes, it would likely attack them, causing inflammation and potential blindness, due to the phenomenon known as immune privilege. The eyes are normally privileged because they are separate from the main immune system to protect the cornea's transparency. Which is vital for vision.
They're the white supremacists of your body.
It doesn't recognise the eye.
How they can just be on their own.
I like the idea that that your body would just involuntarily just like karate chop you in the eye. You know, like you're like, what's going on? It's just like.
I think it might be the same with the brain as well. So it's like a couple different things.
What's going on?
Did you not know about that though?
No, I didn't. You've just freaking taught me.
Well, now your body's gonna like attack them because it knows about your eyes now. I'm joking. I'm joking.
It can hear you.
I like how you felt like you had to clarify that you were joking, as if I'd be like, oh no, my eyes.
Is there any other appendages that are like that on your body?
I think possibly your brain.
Your penis has privilege.
That's why some are small.
What, because it's getting attacked?
It's getting attacked.
It's getting like eaten by its own body.
Apparently the brain, but I don't know much about that. All I know is that the eye.
Oh, right.
But yeah, that's all I searched.
You didn't complete your neuroscience degree.
You're privileged,
aren't you?
Do you reckon that's what your other appendages are like? Your ears and your nose and everything are like, oh, you think you're so good, don't you, eyes?
You with immune privilege, isn't it?
You're the white supremacist of the appendage world.
The brain, because if it knows, it gives you like seizures and stuff like that. To like, that's it attacking it or something like that. Apparently, I don't know if that's 100% true. That's what Google said.
Brain, don't give me a seizure. Come on.
But I don't know if that's 100% whether I read it wrong or not. But I think it was something. There was definitely the brain, but I think I saw something about seizures.
That is crazy with like diseases and stuff. Like the amount of things that your body is just doing in the background, like that. It always
take it for granted.
Mind, like how just is insane. So if something like that goes wrong in that process, it can all of a sudden just eat itself, or just like there's some diseases that like cancer will kill your body from the inside, and stuff. Yeah, and it's mad, that isn't it? Like if the process is wrong, because it's so complicated and so like just crazy, like what your body's doing all the time anyway. If one of those is just a little bit off, then it could
crazy. Do you have another question for us, Immo?
Yeah. What are 3 really, really weird smells that you like? But it's not something like, oh, I really like perfume. Like no, like really weird, like a dog poo, Drew's something really weird.
Drew's bums. Girl bums.
Any type of condition.
Not girl bums.
But girl buns.
Mini bum.
Girl mini bums. That's Drew's.
That just sounds like children's bums.
Drew's is girls mini bums.
no.
That's a weird smelly lice. Oh my god, that is so funny, man. Oh, I love that. Come full circle. 22 years later or 23 years later, whatever. When we were just for context, Immo. Right?
Yeah, I'm so confused.
So
it just sounds like you're saying he likes female children's bums.
No. It's not anything. It's not as.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, no, that's weird.
We draw the line, and that's okay. No, when we were about 12, we were at our mate Jake Hardin's house for a sleepover, like a big friendship group. It's probably about like 10 guys there or something. And we were talking about. Or maybe we were a bit older. I can't remember. I don't know if you were asking me because I just lost my virginity, or if you or if you were just asking me, and for some reason I just decided that I was the expert on the matter. But Drew,
surprise.
We all started pissing ourselves laughing basically because Drew said that a woman's vagina looks like a mini bum. And it was just like such a funny way to describe a vagina that we started laughing loads. And we were kind of then like, not ridiculing him, but because he got defensive because we were laughing, he was like, what? It does look like a mini bum. And I think, like when, what it's like when you're like young and you're at a party. I think we were probably like sneakily drinking a little bit. So it was just proper funny that Drew was like a little bit like tipsy. And he was like, what? It is like a mini bum. And it just became like a bit of like a legendary thing. Like, like, ooh, your mates, you always have funny stories. And it was like the funny story that Drew... said that a woman's vagina looks like a mini bum.
Such a weird way to describe it.
And years later, I Drew a song on his birthday, and in it, I did say I mentioned the fact that he said that it was like a mini bum. But so that's why we were saying about he likes the smell of mini bums.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Women's
I get
mini
it
bums.
now.
Right. So everyone understands the context now.
So that's the first one.
Mini bums. Well, a beautiful woman's
grass,
mini bum.
That's not weird, is it? But grass is lush, isn't it? Like
grass. Yeah.
Fresh cut
it's
grass.
one of the classics.
Oh,
grass.
Yeah. But I can't really think of any smells that are weird. I just think if they're bad, they're bad. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I can't think of any smells that.
Yeah, like who thinks dog poo? That's a nice
petrol.
smell.
I don't.
I like the smell of petrol.
Yeah, but I think everyone does. Yeah, again, I think that's
what I mean.
Lush.
It's
Some people like to sniff glue.
Yeah.
I feel like Calum's type of person that would like to sniff glue.
Why do you think that?
I don't know. When you were little, not now. When you were like younger, like primary school Calum just sniffed glue.
I mean,
Do you reckon he did? Do you reckon he did, Drew?
I didn't sniff glue.
Oh yeah, I saw him sniffing glue all the time.
What about whiteboard pens?
I was not a glue sniffer.
Yeah.
What about whiteboard pens?
They smell nice. They smell nice.
Like, and
They're
Sharpies
real
and
good.
stuff.
Yeah, they smell nice.
Yeah, I like those.
Yeah, I don't reckon I really like any weird smells. Just nice smells. Roast dinners.
Well, that's but like a weird
like
smell.
Other people would probably like as
well. Yeah, you said like a Christmas tree, a real Christmas tree. Yeah, I like the smell. Yeah, that's very satisfying, isn't it? It's weird that you like the smell of your own farts, but hate everyone else's. Yeah. Like a real Christmas tree.
My dog doesn't. My dog hates her own farts. She like looks around like, did you do that? That didn't come out of me. It smells.
That's so funny. Yeah, I think like
she literally gives you a dirty look. She'll fart and then she'll give you a dirty look. Like, why did you do that?
That's like gaslighting you.
Yeah, I know. She's top gaslighter.
Yeah, I don't reckon there's any really weird smells I like. No.
What's a weird smell I like?
Because there's nothing that's like I think that most people would think is horrible that I like randomly, and I've got like a dark secret about it.
What's a weird smell that I like? Gotta think.
I don't think there are any other. Next question.
I think you guys said them, to be fair.
Well, let's do another question and we'll wrap up the show.
Okay, for our final question, which word would you use if you could only use one word for the rest of your life?
That's such a weird question.
Hagglebottom.
Yeah.
Hagglebottom.
Yeah, that's so weird. What, like a Pokemon?
Just if you could only use one word, what would it be?
Mine would be yes.
What? So if somebody said, Drew, can you give me like £1 million? You just gotta go yes.
Meg's like, Drew, can I peg you?
Yeah.
He says that anyway. He says that anyway.
Oh,
yes, man. That's a great movie.
Yeah, it is a good movie. That's a great movie. Jim Carrey. I don't know what mine would be. Yeah, because the thing is, there's no point wasting your time trying to make it like serious. So I think you just like Drew's Hagglebottom example. I think you just have to make it fun.
I love that movie. the yes thing.
Yes, man.
Yes, man.
Yes,
yeah.
man.
Oh, Jim Carrey.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes like yes, then he goes yes.
Jim Carrey's so funny, isn't he? He's just like he's one of those guys. It's like
Good
not
old
even
Jim.
what he says. It's like the way he says it a lot of the time and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it would just have to be something weird, wouldn't it?
Like what?
Wiener.
Wiener. I think you probably know what mine is.
Perfect.
Yes. Perfect.
Perfect. Imogen's-
Perfect.
That's good.
Yeah, perfect.
I suppose it's
'Cause
good
I like
making a
whatever
positive one
is
like
bad.
that, you know, because
Yeah.
then or like the yes thing.
Your boyfriend would
it's
like
you
it.
know, it'll probably
Why?
Because he could go,
lead
what
you
do
to more experiences.
yeah, if he could say, what do you think of my schlong? And you'd go, perfect.
No, I just wouldn't reply.
You
The silence
just
would
look
be
at him like
enough.
this.
The silence would be enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
No.
Yeah.
I'd just go.
We're going to end the show on a funny,
Silent no.
this is not really a funny quote, it's a good quote. It was kind of a good quote, kind of a funny quote, but I just thought this was really funny, bearing in mind who it's from. And I mean this in a loving way. This is a little quote, it's called Talk to Everyone. I've lost count of the number of friendships that started with nothing more than a smile and a hello. Honestly, most people are just waiting for someone else to make the first move. And once you do, you never know what can unfold. Guess who said that quote?
Donald
No.
Trump.
Bullwinkle.
Ah.
Earlier on, we've got like an AEW magazine coming out soon, and I think we used to bring it out quarterly, but now I don't think we bring it out that much. Anyway, it always gets brought out at Christmas time, and a lot of people are contributing articles, and Bullwinkle contributed an article, and I read his earlier on, and yeah, that was a quote from Bullwinkle, which
Do you
I
reckon
thought,
he actually said it, or do you reckon he used ChatGPT?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if we used that a little bit to help him, but yeah, I just thought it was like, I mean, I completely agree with what he's saying. But for some reason, it almost just like, you know, it almost makes you laugh. But like, not because it's bad, it almost just because it's like how profound it is.
Yeah.
I was
Or
like,
I didn't know that would come from him.
Like, it was like just funny. I was like, that's such a profound little thing that Bullwinkle just said. But I do think that's a good. I do think that he's completely right.
What's a like
Yeah,
a
that's it.
nice little quote?
I think one of the reasons why I sort of got on with
Say it-
everyone
can
in
you say
secondary
it-
school
say
was
it
just because I would
again?
just talk to everyone.
Say it again, and then at the end say Nathaniel Warren, 2025.
Talk to everyone. I've lost count of the number of friendships that started with nothing more than a smile and a hello. Honestly, most people are just waiting for someone else to make the first move. And once you do, you never know what can unfold. Kinky. Nathaniel Warren.
2025.
He didn't say the kinky bit, but...
He did.
Yeah, no,
That's
actually did.
that's the whole part of it. That makes it.
Oh, another little quote by
It is
Bullwinkle as
true.
well, which is in the magazine, which I thought was quite funny. Every creature you see reminds you of your place in the world. Boom.
What a wise guy.
Bullwinkle is spitting facts from the other side of the planet, people.
He's just like a
Oh,
very like
yeah.
wise old soul.
Yeah, he'll be coming on as a guest next month in it's just
As a guest.
this is going out 1st of December, so he's going to be coming out this month.
He's going to be coming out.
He's coming out.
Coming out this
he's
month.
coming.
Congratulations.
He's coming out as gay.
Congratulations.
Just like Kanye West, he also was gay.
Kanye.
He just
Kanye.
like
Just like
just like
Kanye West.
just like Gandhi West. Just no, he also is a gay fish. But no, he's not coming out in that way. He's going to come on the show on PB, everyone. So you can look forward to that. Return of the
Nice.
Bullwinkle. Return of the Bullwinkle.
Return of the Mayor of Winkletown.
Bullwinkle. He's such a funny little boy.
But
yeah,
you should make a song. Return of the Bullwinkle.
Return of the
Yeah.
Winkle.
Return of the Winkle. Yes.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, I'll do it. Right, everyone, thanks for tuning in to another PB. If you don't already, please go give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify. Just type in Pandora's Box Podcast and give us a, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We love you. We appreciate it. We'll be back next week with another PB. Until then, stay glorious, folks. Cheerio.
Bye bye.
For now.